Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we are looking at Ant number 2 from Erik Larsen. One of my favorite new comics in recent years. Can't wait to share it with you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. So I recently did Ant number 3. I know, whatever. But I had read Ant number 2 digitally and wasn't able to track down a copy. It was kind of hard to find coming out. There's been like post-pandemic printing supply issue, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, so I finally have it. I'm glad I do. I don't buy a lot of new comic books, but Ant is such a great classic comic book, and like everything about it is so cool. And of course, it's created, or not created, but written and drawn by Erik Larsen, and you know, he's always fun for comics. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Let's get right into it. I think I might have already said that, but I'm repetitive if nothing else. So love the art. Like this logo is so cool. So Ant was a comic like in the 90s, Mario Gully, very cool art, great concept character, went through a myriad of different like publishing adventures. It's a story for another day. Anyway, Erik Larsen eventually acquired the character, sat on it for a long time, and then recently decided to start publishing it. It's currently 3 issues are out. Number 4 is coming in a couple of weeks, so it's a good time to get on board with Ant and see what you're missing here, and definitely start following this. If you like classic like comic book storytelling and characters, this is the comic for you. I mean, it definitely feels fresh and modern, but it has like so much good comic book goodness to it. I mean, just look at this lettering. I mean, does this not scream? Like, I feel like he's taken the concepts of the original Ant, sort of worked in the psychology of the original storyline of the character, and presented it in a classic superhero format. And I can't think of a better endorsement than that. And by Erik Larsen, story, art, color. He's coloring it himself. It's a very like imaginative coloring palette, and goes right along with the sparse sort of less. He's doing a little more like line work and less like rendering. Jack Morelli letters, industry legend Josh Eichhorn, right hand man, based in part on the work of Mario Gully and created by Mario Gully. Killer double page spread by Erik Larsen. It sort of harkened back. I mean, I think this is the style that Erik originally started using, emulating sort of Rob Haynes, who did this Daredevil Ninja book, where it's line work with very little like shadowing or rendering. And I think in this case, smartly, since Erik is coloring it himself, he can fill in the details and the rendering with the color. So, I mean, arguably, it's a time-saving technique. I mean, he does have another monthly book, Savage Dragon, and this hasn't come out monthly, and Dragon hasn't arguably, but Dragon's on like issue 280 something, so no slouch in that department. I mean, industry veteran for like probably 40 years now, 30 plus. Let's say like 35. Anyway, still killing it. I mean, Ant is so cool. She has like great rogues gallery. Like, it's just fun. I mean, it's like a classic sort of like, you know, superhero trying to figure out who they are while navigating like, you know, how to use their powers. And, you know, this is sort of like a, I don't know, like a little bit like a, what's that word when you lose your memory? Oh my God, that is so funny that I cannot remember. Amnesia. Wow. That's worth watching alone, guys. Nuggets like that. Anyway, so she kind of has amnesia, but she has these glimpses of her former life. Clearly, she has the abilities of this Ant character who keeps popping up peripherally. It's so funny looking at this, especially as sparse as his detail is here. It's whittled down to like the core of the artist, and I see like it's reminding me a lot of like, you know, his early work, just as done by different inkers and things. It's like, it goes to like my philosophies of like the core of the artist kind of always being there. You know, like look at like Jim Lee or like Frank Miller or somebody. They've always had evolution and, you know, their art, but you can always tell it's them on a level. God, Erik Larsen just draws the best freaking 2-page spreads. I'm so glad that he continues to do them. I feel like it's such a hallmark of like Image Comics, and to do a 2-page spread well, it's just like amazing. And I don't know if this ant design really is cool. Like it's so simplistic, and like at first I was kind of like, why does Larsen have such a hard on for Ant? But then I don't know, it's just like such a great classic character design, and like just talk about a great like you know, lump of clay to sort of mold into your own. And then I love him coloring too, like his sky. I pointed this out in the last Ant review, but I love Erik. You know, there's certain like tropes of comic book art that I feel like artists like are distinct. Like, you know, George Perez's Black with Stars is different from John Byrne's, is different from Erik Larsen's. And a lot of it's done like digitally now, of course, but you can still see it's pretty signature there. Very cool. Love the art. I just love the costume so much. It just is so cool looking. The ant hill. What about the ant farm? How about that? Some ant fan art, concept sketches in the back. Love this book. Like I said, great time to jump on board. I cannot wait for number 4 to come out in a few weeks. Cool covers, great character, lots of fun, intrigue, excitement, and Erik Larsen from Image Comics. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, share my content, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, talk to you later. Thanks.